G'day guys, my name's Dan from Certified Energy Solutions. We've got Craig Batten behind me.
Hey guys.
Yep. And we've got Goran and Paul from our off-grid design consultation team. So basically a little bit of an introduction to our services. Obviously we specialise in off-grid solutions. And these guys here, how long have you had off-grid design under your belt?
Guys, 15 years.
Yeah,
15
we've got
years.
a few years in front of us, yeah.
Yep. So 15 years, and basically all they do is off-grid design and consultation services, so they're very specialised in that field. Now, the process that you guys go through with the customer, if someone's never done off-grid before, how do you go through that?
Yeah, everything can be done over the phone. We spend maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, depending on how many questions the client has. But we basically try to get a good understanding on what the expected energy usage would be on a typical day. And we do that by asking questions about what kind of appliances are you going to have, and what are your typical household routines. And with that information, we basically can create an assessment based on more accurate estimation than just an estimation. So we have a special tool we use, and we put in all the listed appliances. We also put in the how many times the dishwasher goes per week, washing machine, etc., etc. And also ask, can you do this during the daytime, this household routine, or do you need to do it in the evening?
So basically you find out how they live, how they want to live.
Yeah, exactly. And we do that easily over the phone. And the rest is basically interim sizing tools we're using. We basically look at exact location you have. So we know what we can expect for peak sun hours.
So like irrigants and all that kind of information. And it's pretty detailed because, I mean, this spreadsheet is pretty special as far as a tool, because you can basically look at any geographical location around Australia, put in the degrees and the pitch of angle of the PV and the solar, and then calculate that performance based on the data.
Exactly. And today's technology, we can have satellite images of a quite new built house or shed, so we don't have any problems to do this assessment over the phone. We actually live in 2023 now. We can actually do our job over the phone, over internet, and of course sometimes we go out and see clients.
And do a site inspection.
I see that on some of the jobs we've just proposals we've just put together and projects that we're underway with, where the client was building a new building, shed, house, whatever it was, but we were able to put our PV array over the top of those building drawings, so that they had a good idea where it was going to be when the product was built.
So that's new builds, working with architectural engineering drawings, things like that. So it's a bit of an all-inclusive process. But, you know, really important things, you know, we've been doing off-grid for a long time as well, myself and Craig, along with these guys, they've got a lot longer under their belts. But, you know, basically when you're talking to customers, it's also understanding not the consumption needs now or the power demands now, it's also the future. So basically if we need to have a system that's expandable and modular, scalable as well.
I mean, all these kind of, you know, the numbers and it can get very technical, but the idea is that we just want to make sure that we've got enough power for day-to-day use, obviously future-proofing themselves. And the questions that we ask are going to be able to give us them questions. But at the end of the day, we've got to, for the consumer and for the customer, we want to make things really straightforward, really easy. It's a one-call solution. We don't need to involve anybody else. We've got all the tools, all the data. And I mean, at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with this.
It's about making the process fun and not daunting and overcomplicated, and I think that's where we kind of really specialise, because we've got all the tools in the background to kind of do all the hard work for the customer.
And I mean also in that initial conversation, we can actually guide our clients in the right direction regarding chosen appliances, energy efficient air conditioners, energy efficient heat pumps, hot water systems. So we have a wide range of recommendations we can give
We can go
Specific
with
clients'
yeah.
needs.
It's certainly off-grid is certainly not a one-size-fits-all.
No.
We want to do a custom build products, CES products. If we use a red earth product,
Yep.
everything's scalable. We can start certain sizes, maybe a budget or maybe a small family, but obviously a larger family in the future.
Yep.
So certainly not one size fits all.
Yeah. Everyone's
And,
different. You can't just pick an off-grid system off the shelf.
No, I think
Yeah.
various factors are in play,
Yeah.
and I think that's the key thing that what we want to do. The first thing we want to do is want to listen to the customers, find out
Yeah.
exactly what they want, what
Yeah.
they don't want,
Yeah.
and then we can go with that.
And of course, in that process too, ask some questions that the client may not have necessarily thought of, in the process.
Oh,
If
we
you
can
haven't
get-
gone off grid
yeah,
before,
yeah. We
it's-
can get some annoying questions going on.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we are
You gotta
we're like
ask
a
them.
bridge builder. We need
Yeah.
to know the weight of the product.
Yeah,
We're taking it
yeah.
across the bridge, so we need to ask you a few
There's
things.
a reason for every question.
Oh yeah, I mean we get to know our clients pretty personally. I mean we'll ask questions exactly when you're doing your routines within the
Yeah.
house as far as when that energy requirement's going to be.
Yeah,
needed
and
as
all
well,
this
so-
will be in the quote. So when we do go
Yeah.
on when we do get a quote, you'll have all your the information on your estimated performance and the prices. Nothing's left
Yeah.
ambiguous.
Yeah.
So and of course then we follow through with any other questions that we do. You can see this one, he's got the peak demand of the solar panels, what the usage is, what the night usage is. We've got peak scenarios.
Yeah.
So
And you can break that down into
Yeah.
months of the year,
Yeah.
different times of the year as far as what you're going to need.
mm,
Yeah, because it's not just, obviously your performance in December is going to be a lot different to your performance in June, July.
Absolutely.
You know.
the main reason as well is obviously we want to have off-grid's always been this sort of do I feel like I'm camping?
Yeah.
And the idea is that we're going to bring you into the into the future
Yeah.
here. You're going to we can give you on-grid fields. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
going to have any
yeah.
limitation.
Yeah.
But obviously there's certain things that you can do and certain things you can't. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're running 5-6 bedroom houses with multiple people,
Oh, yeah.
swimming pools.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper than the grid
Yeah.
connection, and of course you've basically future-proofed the price of
That's right.
power. So
Yeah.
you've not got anything.
Don't worry about grid stability or anything like that. You take ownership of all your own power needs.
That's right. Yes.
Absolutely.
And the new systems that we're using with the CES systems or the Red Earth, they're built to last now. These are they're not using lead acid anymore. We're using the latest technology with longevity built in.
Yeah.
So it's certainly going to be a set and forget system.
And that's a good thing about lithium as well, because you're guaranteed performance over the life of the product too. So
That's
it's
right.
something that's bankable.
Yeah.
Whereas lead acid, you had so many options there where you could damage the cells. You've got very little usage in those batteries as well.
Yeah.
Well,
for own output.
I mean, when you go onto the website and you see the images of the systems are very different than what they are now. They're
Oh, yeah.
fully integrated.
Yeah.
And we can put them in various places, and the
Yeah.
panels are obviously got more and more powerful, more efficient.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, it's a really good time to have a look at off-grid solar. We're here for phone calls and we're here for information.
And so it's more of a process. Like this is all about education as well for the client, and kind of explaining every single kind of process through that start of inquiry through to the completion of the final design, where you understand how we've come to that kind of detail as well in that package.
And of course, we've got real-time data.
That's
all the
right.
systems that we put in, we know what they're doing. We know what weather patterns are like in your area.
That's right.
We know what certain things are going to happen. You've got backup, obviously, as well. We might integrate a generator, so you never on a rainy, a month of rain maybe.
Bad weather. Yeah.
You're not going to be left in the dark.
Yeah,
We're going to be certainly being able to look after you. And
That's right.
Yeah, like I say,
So it's a good process. So we'll basically make it a fun, stress-free. Basically from that point where you talk to our team, we do the off-grid design and consultation right through to installation, which we also do with our own teams. So the whole process is basically a turnkey. So from that design through to completion, as well as on-site training and handovers with our off-grid systems, we follow that process right through internally. But it takes away any of the guesswork, I suppose, and complications.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. And we don't do chip systems as well, which is a good point of difference for us.
No, but we do small up to
We do
a
small.
large system,
Yep.
so the size doesn't matter actually in this industry.
No, that's right. The more so the point is we do quality, because we don't want those phone calls where obviously hardware's failing and we have to go back and rectify it because it's not good for anyone.
That's right.
But so if you're looking for a quality, long-lasting system and you're looking for a process from start to finish, this may be obviously the best option for you. if you're in the market.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to add that might be a commonly asked question from people looking to go off-grid for the first time? Is it?
Just give us a call and have a chat with us. We'll hold your hand all the way through this. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if it's not for you, we're going to tell you it's not for you.
Yeah.
We're not here to plaster the world with solar panels.
And the only silly questions and ask questions, you have to ask the questions to understand the hardware. So it's one of those things.
We certainly work for you guys. So at the end of the day, we know what we have to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we're certainly very excited about having these guys with this level of experience as part of our team.
Yeah.
So we certainly know that the client's needs are covered.
100%.
It's pretty exciting.
Yep. Definitely. So I suppose anything you want to add there? If you have any
looking
questions,
forward to hear back from you.
give us a call, and you can talk to our guys as well. It's obligation free, so you don't even have to spend $1 to kind of find out what options are available to you, and we can do those designs. Then it's entirely up to you if you decide to proceed. So there's no pressure here. It's just an informative educational process.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. Awesome, guys. Well, we hope to hear from you, and feel free to reach out.
Thanks, Dan.
Cheers.